Hi guys, it's Dan here from Dan's World. Now, I was looking at different topics that I could possibly discuss with you today, and one that seems to raise its head all the time is, particularly when I used to be a zookeeper, is people used to always say to me, you know what, I don't like zoos, horrible places. And they would expect somebody like myself and other zookeepers to say, yeah, no, they're great, they're this, they're that, da 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 da. But that's really not the case. As a zookeeper, primarily, we are there to look after animals. Look after animals that are in our care, animals that are on the extinction list, animals that are on endangered breeding species programs, and we're there to do it to the best of our ability. And we do it because we love them. We certainly don't do it for any financial gain, because there really isn't any to be earned as a zookeeper. So what we do is we look after the animals in our care. They become our wards, and we do the best that we can for them. Now, any zookeeper would tell you that they don't like zoos either. And unfortunately, it isn't a perfect world. If it was a perfect world, there wouldn't be any need for zoos. But due to the encroachment of human populations on natural habitats, the depletion of natural resources, the culling of certain species and subspecies of animals that have brought them to the border of extinction, or even to some point, in some cases, have pushed them over it, we do need zoos. But zoos today, they need to meet at least two or three criteria. They need to be educational, they need to be involved with endangered species breeding programs, and they need to, in particular, they need to raise awareness about the plight of not just wildlife, but about the environments that the wildlife inhabit and come from. I mean, it's not just a case of saving animals, it's a case of looking at the bigger picture, looking at the everything, every aspect that goes into it: human populations, education, loss of habitat, the whole shebang. It really is. So yeah, we don't really like keeping animals in captivity, and in an ideal world, we would be, or certainly would have been at the time, happy to be unemployed, happy that there weren't any zoos. But sadly, there has to be, and it's just down to, as I say, down to us really, down to the human race. Once again, we made a great job at fucking everything up, ruining our planet, ruining the environment. But anyway, I'm not going to go on a crusade. I'm not going to be too negative about it. I'm just giving you the why fors and the wheres and the why fors of why we do this job. In actual fact, I'm no longer a zookeeper. I'm still heavily involved with the education of people regarding wildlife, and I still work on the rescue side. So there are animals that I would either have brought to me on occasion. On occasion, I'll go and pick them up myself. More often than not, there are animals, as I've probably said before in my last videos, that are kept by people that don't really know what they're doing. And so particularly these exotic creatures that they call pets, um, they keep them in the wrong environment, they give them the wrong diet, they do all sorts of things with them that they shouldn't be doing, and ultimately it ends up that they end up phoning me, or I end up getting called out to collect them and bring them home, try and rehabilitate them, give them as best quality of life as I can, and let them live with me for forever, really, for as long as their life expectancy lasts. So yeah, so that's the type of things that we do. But yeah, as zookeepers, we don't really like the idea of keeping animals behind bars. It isn't the ideal world. We all know that. We're not sadists. We don't do it for fun. We do it purely and simply because we want to educate people. And nobody can look after the animals, or we don't think anybody can look after our animals as well as we can. Now, I've looked after different species and subspecies throughout the years, and I've been working with animals for many, many years now. The ones that I mainly worked with and the ones that I've mainly studied for many, many years are wolves. Um, I've hand reared probably around 12 to 14 wolves now over the years. I've been involved with them on a social basis, so that is to say that I've implemented myself into the family structure of the group. I've tried to fit in as naturally as possible without creating any disturbance to the social order of the pack, and it's worked really well. I've also worked with tigers, lions, some of the smaller mammals as well, things like skunks, things like polecats, a whole array of different wildlife that I've been lucky enough and blessed to work with. But yeah, wolves are definitely my favourite. They've always been my passion. They always will be my passion. As I say, I've studied them for many, many years and worked alongside them, hand reared them, become a wolf pup mother, as it were. I've been there when they've come into the world. I've nurtured them and fed them. I've in essence become their parent. So yeah, so that's some of the reasons that we do it. And yeah, as I say, ideally there wouldn't be zoos. Ideally, animals wouldn't be in captivity. But unfortunately, natural habitats are becoming very, very depleted and very, very scarce. So, you know, hopefully we can turn it around. I'm not sure that we can now. Maybe we've gone too far down that avenue where we've done so much damage and we've created so many problems for not just ourselves and the planet, but also the other inhabitants and life forms that are on it. Anyway, we can only hope, and that's what we seem to have now. But yeah, just wanted to give you a little bit of an insight and a little bit of an answer as to why we do it and why I've worked with animals. Yes, that's about it. Thank you ever so much.